These all are the best new game mobile of 2025. Of course, you'll find the top one with AAA graphic games level will blow your mind into the next hope in the mobile game industry, because as we all know, the mobile game is progressing a lot. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 10 New Games Mobile of 2025, New Games Update for Android and iOS 2025. Bramble Bound Sci-Fi RPG Quest. This is a new game offline on Android that has a very good gameplay. You all need to play it because it's free to play and 100% offline. But I'm sure you will have a hard time finishing the game because the obstacle is quite difficult to pass. Once you die, then you can revive and continue the journey by using a certain amount of in-game gold freely or watching the ads. The main gameplay is an action game where we play a hero who is able to do some action, like climbing the wall using an air jetpack, but you need to concentrate on the fuel as well. Thus button and jump button will be a great way to avoid an incoming attack. The hero can unlock the special skill earlier by watching the ads, but surely it's not really important, because our main weapon is enough to deal with an area of effect range. Overall, I love the graphic. It's pretty good and detailed as a 3D game. Even though the game size is quite small though, about 242 MB, unfortunately, we can't set up the graphic setting. But I am sure your phone will be able to handle it. Best new game Android 2025. Project City. I'm pretty sure most of you have never heard about it because the game is only an early access to a certain area. It's quite a fun and interesting graphic that every player would love to play on a multiplayer base. So it seems so good in character design with its chibi looks. The main gameplay is the shooter game, but we will have a lot of ways to select, like a battle royale, solo player, and team deathmatch. In-game, the battlefield is pretty small even if you can explore the whole area in a few minutes. It is enough to go around it and also with less players to participate, so that means you can finish the game earlier. The main game is we need to keep surviving to the last minute or become the last team standing. Using a gun as the primary weapon will be the best way to win the combat. It's kind of a newbie friendly because we just need to aim into the target to shoot them. Then the gun will do an auto fire. Even the ammo will refill by itself. The aim assist will help you a lot to lock the target from a further distance. Charge and Crown. Wow, what a great combination game. So it has a great combination of RTS games with an action RPG and also strategy or tactical gameplay. Can you imagine how the game will become by combining those genres? And I'm so impressed with the result. We will start on building up the empire step by step by expanding the territory to defend the incoming enemy, so we always need to prepare the possibility of improving the hero's strength as well as the troops behind it. Some battles are able to switch the hero and we should try to manage the best strategy to push down the enemy. Each of the main heroes will have a different characters of play role, long range, close combat, and also hitting the enemy while riding a horse. But actually it's quite newbie friendly because we can set the auto attack by coming closer to the enemy or play manually. The graphics are absolutely impressive. With 3D graphic in Western character design will easily attract the player to play it. Unfortunately, we don't have any chance to adjust the visual graphic. Hopefully it will get an update. The best new RPG games 2025 for Android. 9 Down Remake RPG. This is the successor of the previous version and I really enjoy this remake. The brightness and the shadow look way better and it makes a realistic point of view. Even though it's kind of a pixel art game, you can't underestimate the game. It has a perfect music background to represent a dark fantasy theme game with a dungeon base that allows you to explore the area that is guarded by so many enemies around. As a main hero, we don't have any chance to select a classes, but we are able to use a variety of weapons such as mace, javelin, hammer, and sword. Even we can hold 2 of different weapons at once to increase your combat power significantly. I love how the hero's appearance will be adjusted once we equip a certain gear. It will represent a huge attention to detail. This game allows you to play offline and online in multiplayer, but basically this is the best new RPG game mobile 2025. FAUG Domination. This is a new game Android with FPS genre. There are a lot of things the developer need to proceed to level up the entire visual. The hero's movement is quite clunky and not pretty smooth in action. I need a great voiceover to represent the situation. It's a new brand multiplayer game where we have a chance to meet a bot. Honestly, after playing a few matches, I feel like the enemy is not a real player. Their movement is pretty easy to anticipate and even the enemy will not shoot frequently at us, so we have a big chance to wipe the whole enemy at once. The main game is a team deathmatch but divided by some matches. Each of the teams should try to kill the entire enemy by using a gun for a long range and also a short knife in a close combat. Even the knife will need more effort to use, but it's pretty effective to make an instant kill. Caught Me. You must stick to play it right now because this new game got a new update making the game is way more stable to play. Well done, Dev. The FPS is perfectly consistent, there is no heat issues anymore on my devices, and even the laggy problem is fixed at all. This is what all players want because the main idea of the game is really interesting. It's a Pokemon game-like where we can select your own team lines up by capturing the pet, fight the monster and collect them all by using a certain items, but the most interesting part is, the pet can be used to do some other activities like farming or planting. We need to pick the best pet to maximize the capability of these features and get the maximum results. This is a new game MMORPG where we can meet and play together with your friends in a massive number. Meet them up at the main plaza and make a great conversation to know the best tips. Challenge yourself with some NPC in the city to earn better rewards. Horse World Ride. If you just want to play a relaxing and casual gameplay, then this game will be one of the best to try. It has a very simple features where you only need to manage how to train and take your pet. Sometimes it will get more competitive by doing a horse racing, but it's not the main mission we should do. Helping the other NPC is the main key to get some rewards and achievement points. This is an open world game where we can explore the huge world by riding a horse. The horse can be obtained and upgraded to speed up the acceleration and also comfortable aspect. Actually, there is not many things we can do because the game is just released and need more updates, but I really hope the racing mode will be the best features to update. This game is really playable for any phone devices level and it will run perfectly. Sunset Hills. What a great visual novel game, it's truly magnificent. I'm sure it will make you feel like you are watching the movie, because the art style, the visual, the music, and the ambience is absolutely top tier. It's full of calmness and mystery that we need to solve. As I mentioned before, it has a visual novel base, which means we should really understand the main storyline, like we understand where the story goes or what the main idea of the NPC's quest is. Most of the conversation will have an option to selecting a different answer. Once you pick the right answer or the question, then the main storyline will keep rolling. The mystery or the puzzle needs to be solved as soon as you can, but I'm sure you will have a hard time to solve it. But anyways, that's the main reason why this game is really interesting. It's about someone who's trying to reach some places, but he can't afford it. We should try to help the NPC to make the progress run faster. This game is an offline game, but we should get it through a premium way, but I am sure you will love it because it's quite challenging though. Odin Valhalla Rising. Be ready for the most played MMORPG right now. This game has broken the MMO market. Seriously, all players all over the world start playing it every time. Can you imagine the queue will reach more than 500 players every time you try to log in? It will take 30 to 50 minutes to be able to come in game. It's pretty crazy, but this indicator is really good to represent how massive the players number is playing it. Let me tell you earlier, it's a pretty hardcore game and it needs a lot of time to grind some EXP by killing the monster all day long. Even the crafting system will need a lot of effort to achieve. The material is quite difficult to get, which makes the competitive aspect get higher because the supply is smaller than the player's demand. There is one feature I love the most, which is AFK mode. We can leave the game even by turn off the phone to run the game and let the character find out their material. Anyway, it's not only playable on mobile, but also the PC version is able to download and we can meet in one server as a cross-platform game. Absolutely one of the best new game open world, new game multiplayer on Android and PC. Once Human. No game can stand against it as a survival base, even though I play the game on mobile, but the game's quality really brings me into another level which is close enough to the PC platform. There is a lot of attention to detail that will show us along the gameplay. This is a new brand survival game where we can explore the dark fantasy theme. The main enemy is a mutant who's manifests into a different anomaly shape. Even though it's kind of an open world game, but sometimes we can get into the dungeon to face the boss. The main story is really interesting and full of voiceover, making the player enjoy the whole conversation. The combat mechanism is a dynamic as an RPG. We can use the primary weapons, which is a gun, or using a knife to slash the mutant. Let me remind you, it's need a high endpoint to run the game, but the game's quality is adorable. Only need a few moments since the game launched globally, but it's been downloaded over 1 million players. Bonus, Pen Brawl, Color of War. Wow, this game is so magnificent and reminds me of a Splatoon mobile. You all need to play the game right now. Unfortunately, the game is only available in a specific country, which is in Portugal. The main gameplay is super easy to understand, and I'm sure even if you are a newbie, you all can master the game in a few minutes. We'll play and divide into two teams. Both of the teams will have the same goal, which is to color the area as the team's color. The team who's coloring the boss within the estimated time will become the winner. Use your main gun to kill the enemy and slow down their progress because it will need some cooldown time to respawn. Each of the gun will have a different fire rate power and fire speed. And also, we should know about the hero's strength, like some hero has a higher HP speed or better power. These all are the best new game of 2025 for Android and iOS. I really hope you all can help this channel grow by tapping the like button. Remember to like this list and see you on the next video. Thanks.